Did you know that this monument right behind me here, the National Monument of Indonesia, is also called Soekarno's last erection? Hello there from Independence Square in Jakarta, where we will today bring a visit to the observation deck just below the Golden Flame, some 135 meters up from where we are now. As it was a regular school day, most visitors were school children, as it is somewhat of a duty for schools in the region to bring their pupils here at least once. Outside there were hundreds of them taking a group photo, while others were waiting in the queue for the elevator. The recording I have from the ticket booth area was full of kids and pretty chaotic, so I skipped that here for you and we go straight to the museum in the base of the building. We pass through here pretty quickly, as it's also pretty noisy. I'm sure we'll have a more quiet time after we have been at the top deck. This monument, all parts of it outside the vast open square outside, is not wheelchair friendly in any way, as there are stairs everywhere. The elevator doesn't pick up passengers from the museum area directly. You need to get up one level first. In the Dutch colonial time, this already was a square of the same size. Back then, there was no monument of course, and it was used for military parades as well. You can also take the stairs, but that's 125 meters up. We are at 130 meters above street level. Even though the skies aren't all nice and blue, it's pretty clear weather with not too much haze today. There also is a pretty strong wind today, so it's not extremely hot as well. All in all, a pretty good day to be outside. It's not very busy up here currently, so we can walk around and look around. Officially, a ticket you purchase here is good for 1 hour only, but this was not enforced when I visited. You won't get a real ticket, just a receipt, as you have to make use of a Bank DKI prepaid card. All other prepaid cards are not accepted here. If you don't have one, they will add that to your total. Only one card is needed per group, but as many attractions around the city have a special edition card, you might want to keep a few as souvenir. The price displayed on the screen now includes access to the museum for 5,000 rupiah, which is the bare minimum. Also included that 1 hour trip to the top, which is 15,000 rupiah, and the souvenir prepaid card, that's 20,000 rupiah. While it's even more windy up here, the views are okay for today. We can see places a number of kilometers away in all directions. The Bay of Jakarta is less than 7 kilometers north from here and is clearly visible. The pretty strong winds are currently blowing the clouds towards the south, so better weather is on its way. The viewing platform itself isn't that big, and there are top to bottom fences, so there are no completely open views, but the gaps are wide enough to poke a phone or camera outside it. Please be reminded that you're at 130 meters. While traffic below finds its way through Jakarta, we can spot some of the nearby highlights. The presidential palace is partially hidden behind huge trees and other green, but the main mosque is clearly visible here, by design. It was constructed on the site of Fort Prince Hendrik, which was demolished in 1961. It's time to head down one level to the base cradle. It's more quiet there, so I can tell you a bit about the nickname this monument has. Soekarno's last erection does sound a little bit weird, right? Here we are at the very windy Monas now. The weather is clearing up. The wind is bringing good weather. We are at the second floor, the base cradle of the National Monument here right above me. There it is. Haven't really told you about the meaning of this all. In the early 60s, then President Soekarno ordered this national monument to be built. Originally, he had an idea to have a nice statue here. It proved too expensive for Indonesia that just gained independence 15 years ago. And it didn't do very well economically. So eventually, this model was chosen. A cradle with Washington Monument-like column. The call for prayer has just ended over at the Istiqlal Mosque. So now it's time to discuss where this design actually came from. The meaning of this building, trying to record it walking up and down here, originates from Sanskrit words lingga and yoni, where lingga means a penis and yoni means, yes, you guessed it, a vagina, because Soekarno was that kind of guy. This monument, therefore, is also known as Soekarno's last erection. It's a lot of wind, so I hope you can hear me. This 45-meter wide cradle or platform represents the year of Indonesian independence. It's 8 meters above the main base level, which is the month of independence. And the one all the way up there, the one up there is 17 meters on each side, representing the day of independence. We are back at the National History Museum here. Most kids have gone, so it's eerily quiet. Like I said before, when entering, this area is still really dimly lit. This has been the case for as long as I know. This museum is a history museum and it's full of dioramas, skillfully crafted, starting from the armed forces fighting for their independence to the moment Indonesia joined the UN, stuff like that. Not going to show them all though, but you get the idea. There is dozens of them. Every site has over 10. And this is a huge place, a huge museum. Everything you see is clad in white Italian marble, as per the demands of former President Soekarno as well. Indonesia wasn't really able to pay for it back in the 60s and early 70s. The economy wasn't doing that good, and we don't have to forget that 1965 saw a coup attempt here in Indonesia that eventually led to Soekarno to step down and give presidency basically to then General Suharto. Indonesia's aviation history is pretty short. In late 1995, Indonesia produced the N250, domestically produced plane, but, well, you've probably never heard of it. So there's your answer. It was produced by IPTN in Bandung, the domestic aerospace technology company, but it never took off, pun intended. The weather clears up. Look, we have blue skies over there. That was to be expected because, well, that's the kind of luck I have. This was Monas, Indonesia's national monument. With a golden flame up there we can't see, so I have to edit that in separately. This is a short one from Jakarta. I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching.